What's up, guys, and welcome back to a new series on my YouTube channel. As you can see from the title, we are calling it the 1 week WoW token challenge. Now, to explain what this is about, I got the inspiration for this challenge from HelloOctoberly. If you guys don't know who she is, I will link her Twitter and her Twitch channel. She is a part of the Goldmaking community we have on Twitch and other platforms. And she proposed a 1 week WoW token challenge where we would have to start new characters, start at 0 gold, potentially on a new server with nothing to start off, to see how hard it is or if it's possible to make a WoW token in a week. Now, normally, this would be 7 full days that you do it in a row, but since I'm making a YouTube video for it, it's going to be a 7-episode series. It's still going to be in the same essence, so there will be 7 episodes, and each episode is per day. I started on a new server, and I made a new character. As you can see here, we are rocking a level 1 Night Elf Druid. And I'm also starting with 0 gold. As you can see, we're at 0 copper. And I'm also not allowed to use any pets or anything that I can find on my account to make this WoW token. So all I can do to get myself the total amount that I need for the WoW token is through leveling, collecting, and whatever else I figure out that I want to do. Some add-ons you need to have, or I wouldn't say need, but these add-ons are definitely gonna help you guys out if you're wanting to do this yourself, or if you're just a new aspiring gold maker and you want something that helps you out along the way. The first add-on, which is the most obvious one, I would recommend that you guys install the TSM, or the Trade Skill Master add-on. And it's a 2-part thing, and you also have to download a desktop application. I will, with that, but also all the other add-ons, I will link a couple places to where you can find them and how to download them. But besides the Trade Skill Master add-on, I recommend getting Faster Loot. And Faster Loot is an add-on that basically, it's in the name. When you loot something that is on the floor, it doesn't open up the loot window. So the looting process goes by a little bit faster, which is really nice and really convenient if you're farming something for a while. On top of that, there's Azeroth Autopilot. Azeroth Autopilot is a really nice leveling add-on because it basically gives you the best route or the best leveling way that you can find. And it auto hands in quests and shows you where to go, arrows, zones, distance, and what's the best possible way for you to get to max level quickly. So that's also a really nice add-on. If you're already at max level, it doesn't really matter much, but since we are making a new character here, it's really important. Besides that, I also recommend getting some sort of gathering add-on. I use Gathermate 2, and what that does, it will, when you activate it, you can import all sorts of data that will show you where all of the mining and herbalism nodes are around the zones that you are in, which is really, really nice for what we're trying to do. On top of that, there's also going to be Handy Notes, and Handy Notes shows you all the treasures and rares in the zones that you find yourself in. So that's also really nice to have, because if you run by something, you might get lucky and get yourself a spicy item. On top of that, I also recommend getting some sort of vendoring add-on. The one that I use is called Peddler, and all it does is it auto sells every single item you have marked as something that you want it to auto sell. And it's really simple. You can hold control down and then you right click an item, and then it will show you a gold icon or gold coin icon. I obviously can't show it on the Hearthstone here, but you will see it once we get a little further into the challenge. We are going to start our little adventure. We are going to start leveling and finding ourselves mining and herbalism to have along the way as we level up all the way up to 120. And we will see how far we get today. I will be reporting back if I find anything super interesting along the way. Otherwise, it will be by the power of editing, we will pop over to the exact point that I stop on the first day of me doing this. So, I will see you guys in a second. So, something that I'm focusing on as I level my way through 1 to 120 is I am keeping track of every herb and ore that I find along the way. I will keep them and I will take them. I won't exactly necessarily go out of my way to farm them yet, as I'm still leveling, and my main priority right now is to get up to a higher level. As I will level my way up through all these things, I will keep every single crafting reagent that I can find, because I want to post it on the auction house and see how it does. So just as a reminder, I am keeping everything that I find, and you guys should too. And avoid spending any gold on gear. Avoid repairing your gear, because as you're leveling, you get gear very fast. That is a lot better than what you have. But besides that, I am focusing 100% or very close to 100% on just leveling right now. Hey again, guys. Okay, we have now, for 4.5 hours, we have been out in the world. We have been completing content. And as you've seen from the previous stuff that I've just talked about, we have done a couple of small interesting things. I will say that it's not been anything of increasingly high value as of yet. Most of what we've done so far is leveling, but also collecting along the way and deciding on and thinking about what we're gonna do next. Something that is really cool though, we are level 34 and we have collected ourselves a bunch of items here. We found some 13 bruise weed. We found 188 linen clove, 1 jade, 4 shadow gems, 3 tiger's eye, 2 malachite, a red ridge tarantula, some small eggs, small spider legs, tin ore, coarse stone, silver ore, copper ore, rough stone, wool cloth, swift thistle, briar thorn, earth root, mage royal, peace blooms, and silver leaves. So as of now, most of this is obviously from herbalism and mining, and as we get into the higher levels, we can start collecting more of the interesting items. But as we move here, we move into the auction house to post up these auctions. And I also want to make it as simple as possible for you guys. If you're not big users of TSM, I want to make it as simple as possible for you guys. So I'm going to be posting my auctions manually, since I'm not going to have thousands or hundreds and hundreds of auctions. It's not that bad. And since we're just working towards a token, I feel like it's okay. It's also easier to explain to you guys what we do here. So as we're posting here, something that's really interesting to think about is once we reach higher levels, once we get to levels 58, we get flying. And when we get flying, we can start collecting items that we haven't been able to before in the same way, at least. And something I will be farming once we reach those levels is mithril ore. We'll be farming for arcane crystals. We'll probably also go for elementium, and once we get to Pandaria levels, we'll be going for ghost iron and trillium too. And along the way of going for all those ores, we will, as well as that, be going for all the herbs. The herbs are obviously not guaranteed. We can't be sure how much we're going to get ever. But as of now, this is what we have. And I imagine that we are going to spend a lot of time on leveling. But the good thing is, leveling is also something that gives you a good amount of gold, depending on what you do with it. And the best possible way for you to make yourself a good amount of gold is through questing, especially in the earlier levels. And with autopilot, that makes it a little bit easier. I'm not gonna tell you guys to not do dungeons, because you can do this however you want to. You can decide on, oh, I want to do dungeons instead, or I like leveling and questing, and I like doing maybe a little bit of both. That is absolutely fine. My point is that if you are not out questing in the world, you are not gonna find all the herbs and all the ore if you are doing dungeons. But it depends on your priorities and what you want to do. But as of now, this is day 1 of the 1 week WoW token challenge. I will, each episode, I will report back how much time I've spent farming and or leveling in the episode. And then once we're done, we get the total amount of time it's taken for me to get a WoW token. Hopefully we can make it happen in 7 days, as in 7 episodes, but we will have to see. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you have any questions or any feedback or any ideas for what you want to see or something you want me to test out on this character, I am very happy to do so. But I will catch you in the next one. See ya!